My journey to Myanmar was set for April 2025. I had long dreamed of visiting this fascinating country, a place that promised ancient traditions and a unique charm. Myanmar, with its rich history and cultural heritage, had always been on my travel bucket list. The allure of its golden pagodas, the mystique of its ancient temples, and the warmth of its people drew me in like a magnet. As the date approached, I found myself daydreaming more and more about the adventures that awaited me. I spent hours looking at travel photos, reading travel guides, and watching videos about Myanmar. The anticipation was building up, and I could hardly contain my excitement. Myanmar promised ancient traditions and a unique charm. The country's rich tapestry of history, culture, and natural beauty was something I was eager to explore. From the bustling streets of Yangon to the serene landscapes of Bagan, every corner of Myanmar seemed to hold a story waiting to be discovered. I felt a strong pull towards its golden pagodas. The Shwedagon Pagoda in Yangon, with its shimmering gold stupa, was a sight I had longed to see in person. The thought of standing before such a magnificent structure filled me with awe and wonder. I was also keen to meet its resilient people. The stories of their warmth, hospitality, and resilience in the face of challenges inspired me. I wanted to learn about their way of life, their traditions, and their hopes for the future. This trip felt like a special opportunity. It was a chance to step out of my comfort zone, to immerse myself in a culture vastly different from my own, and to create memories that would last a lifetime. I wanted to see a place that was still opening up. Myanmar, with its recent political changes and opening to tourism, felt like a destination on the cusp of transformation. I was eager to witness this change firsthand and to experience the country's raw and unfiltered beauty. The allure of the unknown was strong. There was something incredibly exciting about venturing into a place that was still relatively undiscovered by mass tourism. The idea of exploring mysterious landscapes and unexplored paths filled me with a sense of adventure. I was ready for an adventure. The thought of hiking through lush jungles, sailing on tranquil rivers, and discovering hidden temples thrilled me. I knew that this journey would be filled with moments of awe and wonder. Packing for Myanmar required some thought. I had to consider the hot and humid climate, especially in April. I packed light cotton clothes to stay cool and comfortable, and long pants for visiting religious sites where modesty is required. April is a very hot month there. The temperatures can soar, making it essential to stay hydrated and protected from the sun. I made sure to pack a hat, sunscreen, and plenty of water. I packed light cotton clothes and long pants for religious sites. Respecting local customs is always important to me. I wanted to ensure that I dressed appropriately, especially when visiting sacred places. Respecting local customs is always important to me. I believe that being a responsible traveler means understanding and honoring the traditions and practices of the places I visit. My camera was ready to capture the memories. I wanted to document every moment of this journey, from the vibrant street markets to the tranquil temples. Photography is my way of preserving the beauty and essence of the places I visit. Finally, the day of departure arrived. My heart was racing with excitement as I made my way to the airport. The anticipation had reached its peak, and I was ready to embark on this incredible adventure. My heart was full of anticipation for what lay ahead. As I looked out the airplane window, I couldn't help but feel a sense of wonder and excitement. Myanmar was calling, and I was ready to answer. This journey was not just about visiting a new place. It was about experiencing a new way of life, understanding a different culture, and creating memories that would stay with me forever. The adventure of a lifetime was about to begin. My first stop in Myanmar was Yangon. The warm, humid air greeted me immediately. Yangon, formerly Rangoon, is the country's largest city. It felt vibrant and full of energy from the start. There was a fascinating mix of old and new. Downtown Yangon was a feast for the eyes. Many grand colonial-era buildings stood there. Some were beautifully preserved, others faded but still majestic. The street life in Yangon was incredible. Sidewalks were crowded with people and vendors. The air was filled with the smells of spices and cooking. In the heart of downtown stands the Seoul Pagoda. The golden pagoda gleamed in the sunlight. No visit to Yangon is complete without seeing Shwedagon Pagoda. This is one of Buddhism's most sacred sites. The main stupa is almost 100 meters tall. It sits on a hill overlooking the city. Its golden dome can be seen from miles away. My first full view of the main stupa was breathtaking. It was entirely covered in genuine gold plates. The top was encrusted with thousands of diamonds and gems. I took off my shoes to walk around the vast marble platform. The cool stone felt good under my bare feet. I stayed until the evening to see Shwedagon lit up. From Yangon I traveled north to Mandalay. This city was the last royal capital of Burma. Mandalay has a strong sense of history and tradition. It is considered the cultural center of Myanmar. My first visit was to the Mandalay Palace. The original palace was destroyed in World War II. It has been reconstructed based on old plans. The palace complex is huge, surrounded by a wide moat. Next I climbed Mandalay Hill. It offers panoramic views of the city and surroundings. Mandalay is renowned for its traditional crafts. I visited several workshops to see artisans at work. Continuing my exploration of Mandalay's crafts, I visited silk weavers. The rhythmic clacking of looms filled the air. I watched women skillfully create beautiful patterns. The silk they produce is vibrant and of high quality. I then visited the Kuthadao Pagoda. This site is famous for housing the world's largest book. The entire Buddhist canon is inscribed on 729 marble slabs. Nearby is the Shwenendao Monastery. This is an original wooden building from the 19th century. The monastery is covered in exquisite teak carvings. During my time in Mandalay, I enjoyed interacting with local people. The journey to Bagan was filled with anticipation. As I traveled through the scenic landscapes, I couldn't help but feel a sense of excitement building up inside me. The thought of exploring an ancient city steeped in history and culture was exhilarating. Every mile brought me closer to a place that seemed almost mythical in its grandeur. This ancient city is legendary for its thousands of temples. Each temple, with its unique architecture and history, tells the story of a bygone era. The sheer number of these structures is overwhelming, and seeing them from above gives you a sense of the vastness and the rich cultural heritage of Bagan. Arriving on the vast, dry plains of Bagan was surreal. The landscape stretched out endlessly, dotted with temples of all shapes and sizes. It felt like stepping into another world, where time had stood still, and the ancient past was still very much alive. I woke up very early the next morning for the famous Bagan sunrise. The air was crisp and cool, and there was a sense of calm and tranquility that enveloped the entire area. The anticipation of witnessing the sunrise over such a historic and beautiful place was almost palpable. My guide took me to a small hill. From this vantage point we had an unobstructed view of the horizon. The guide, with his deep knowledge of the area, shared stories and legends about the temples and the significance of the sunrise in Bagan. Slowly, the eastern sky began to lighten. The first hints of dawn appeared, casting a gentle glow over the landscape. The sky transitioned from deep blue to lighter shades, signaling the imminent arrival of the sun. Hues of pink, orange, and purple painted the horizon. It was a breathtaking display of nature's artistry, with colors blending seamlessly into one another. The beauty of the moment was almost indescribable, as the sky transformed into a canvas of vibrant hues. Then the sun peeked over the distant hills. Its golden rays spread across the plains, illuminating the temples and bringing them to life. The warmth of the sun was a stark contrast to the cool morning air, creating a perfect balance. As the light spread, the silhouettes of countless temples emerged. Each temple stood as a silent guardian of history, their outlines becoming more defined with each passing moment. The scene was both majestic and humbling, a testament to the ingenuity and devotion of those who built them. Some were large and majestic, others small and humble. Each temple, regardless of its size, held its own unique charm and significance. The diversity in their architecture and design was a reflection of the rich cultural tapestry of Bagan. Soon, hot air balloons began to drift slowly across the sky. They added a touch of whimsy to the already magical scene, floating gracefully above the temples. The sight of these balloons, silhouetted against the colorful sky, was truly enchanting. This sunrise over Bagan was unforgettable. It was a moment of pure beauty and serenity, a perfect start to a day of exploration and discovery. The memories of that morning will stay with me forever, a reminder of the timeless beauty of Bagan. Exploring the temples of Bagan was an adventure. I rented an e-bike, an electric scooter. This was a fantastic way to get around. I cruised along dusty paths, often on my own. I could stop wherever I wanted. I discovered small hidden temples off the main tracks. I visited some of the most famous temples. The Ananda Temple is one of the largest and best preserved. Inside are 4 large standing Buddha statues. Beyond the temples, I also saw local life in Bagan. Small villages are nestled among the ancient structures. Bagan is also known for its traditional lacquerware. After the dry plains of Bagan, Inle Lake was a refreshing change. I traveled to the Shan Hills in eastern Myanmar. Inle Lake is a vast, shallow freshwater lake. It is surrounded by green hills. It is home to the Intha people. My main mode of transport on the lake was a long-tail boat. We glided past houses built on stilts above the water. One of the most iconic sights on Inle Lake is the fishermen. The Intha fishermen have a unique leg rowing technique. The lake is home to many floating villages. These communities are entirely built on the water. During my time on Inle Lake, I visited several traditional workshops. These workshops are a testament to the rich cultural heritage of the region, where age-old techniques are still practiced with great skill and dedication. The artisans here are not just preserving their traditions, but also sharing them with visitors, offering a glimpse into their unique way of life. One of the most interesting was a lotus silk weaving center. This center is renowned for its meticulous process of creating silk from lotus stems, a craft that is both labor-intensive and fascinating to watch. The artisans here have honed their skills over generations, making each piece of fabric a work of art. Weavers extract fine threads from lotus plant stems. This delicate process involves carefully slicing the stems and pulling out the thin, almost invisible fibers. It's a painstaking task that requires a steady hand and a lot of patience. But the result is a thread that is both strong and beautiful. They then weave these threads into beautiful, rare fabric. The weaving process itself is mesmerizing, with the rhythmic clatter of looms and the deft movements of the weaver's hands creating a symphony of craftsmanship. Each piece of fabric tells a story, woven with care and tradition. The Intha people are also known for their floating gardens. These gardens are an ingenious solution to the challenges of farming in a lake environment. They float on the surface of the water, anchored in place but free to rise and fall with the changing water levels. These are man-made islands of vegetation, constructed from layers of water, hyacinth, mud, and other organic materials. They provide a fertile ground for growing vegetables and flowers. The sight of these floating gardens, with their vibrant greenery, is truly a marvel of human ingenuity. They are anchored to the lakebed with bamboo poles. These poles, driven deep into the lakebed, keep the gardens in place while allowing them to move with the water. It's a simple yet effective method that has been used for generations, showcasing the resourcefulness of the Intha people. What I will remember most about Inla Lake is the hospitality. The warmth and kindness of the Intha people left a lasting impression on me. They welcomed me into their community with open arms, eager to share their culture and traditions. The Intha people were incredibly welcoming. Their smiles and friendly gestures made me feel at home, even though I was far from my own. It's this sense of community and connection that makes Inle Lake such a special place. I was often invited into homes for tea. These moments of sharing a simple cup of tea were some of the most memorable of my trip. It was in these quiet, intimate settings that I truly felt the warmth and generosity of the Intha people. My journey through Myanmar in April 2025 was truly enriching. From the bustling streets of Yangon to the serene waters of Inla Lake, every moment was filled with discovery and wonder. The country's rich history and vibrant culture left me with a deep appreciation for its people and their way of life. I sincerely hope to return one day to explore more. There is so much more to see and experience in Myanmar, and I look forward to the day when I can once again immerse myself in its beauty and warmth. Until then, the memories of my time on Inla Lake will remain close to my heart.